Airbenders.
No.
The last Airbender.
Yeah, there's that one, then there's the Legend of Korra. How would you know about that?
How would I know? I've seen it. I've seen the movie. Before you thought it was cool, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, that one. And then we'd battle like that, and it was fun.
Lisa, how are you, sweetheart?
Good.
Good? Today, Mario joins the family.
My hand just got stuck in the steering.
Did it? What do you have in there, Ethan?
Well, we're on Nutella, so I'm getting Reese's.
I love that stuff.
Yep.
That is so good. That's barely toasted.
See that toasted part?
Good morning, people of the grid. It is Friday, April the 28th. Woo! Friday!
Mario Day.
Mario Day. It's a big day because today we have 2 Mario Karts coming our way. One for Amelia and one for me. Yeah, well, we'll figure you out later. But we're all going to get to play because we only really need one and everyone can play. Today, also, after my work day is done and I've got a bunch of stuff to prep because we're going up to Edmonton, it's going to be interesting. We're taking 2 Teslas up. So we're going to do a Tesla versus Tesla range test, just to see how the S does versus the X. I've got to charge up the boosted board. I've got to charge up my boosted board controller. I've got to pick up Mario Kart at EB Games. And I've got to drop off some gear for a convention that I've got next week. Got to get expenses done because I've got like, I think that's most of it. I think I'll take 2 of you and then Mom will take 2 of you. So 2 with me in the X, 2 with Mom in the X, 2 with me in the Light Runner here, the Model S. Yeah. We'll check it out. And on our way up, we're going to be playing Mario Kart. Well, I won't be because I'll be driving, but we will while we supercharge in Red Deer and of course in Edmonton. We're also going to go into full Rockstar mode. We're bringing the TV set up so that when we're in the hotel room in Edmonton, we're going to plug into the TV to play.
Can we bring light to switch for that too?
We're bringing everything, Amelia. Dill?
Yeah.
Dill.
Deal with it.
Dill.
Dill.
Got a tea, dropped off a tea for Tammy at home. I even had time to pick up Melissa and Samantha, and I drove them into school too. Usually they walk, but I find if I can, every little bit of time I get to spend with them is nice. You get to talk, they get to tell me what's important to them. It's important. So now I'm heading off to, I've got to pick up some mail at the UPS store. I've got to, and I'm thinking I got a shipment waiting for me there from one of you guys, person of the grid, Paul S. from Utah. He 3D printed some Nintendo holders, Nintendo Switch holders. So I can't wait to see what he's come up with. I'm gonna go pick that up, and then I gotta, like I said, drop off some gear, and then circle back. By then it'll be lunchtime-ish, so I'll be popping by the EB Game Store to pick up the 2 Mario Kart cartridges, and then the tail end of my lunch, I gotta hose down the car because what I'm hoping to do is take the Thule box off the top of the roof, and we're gonna put, actually first I'll take the snowboards out, we'll put them away, then I'll take the Thule box off, and we've got a hoist. I'll put that up in the garage, and then the car's in summer mode. That's what's coming up next. Thanks, Paul. I got the parts, and now Paul said I just got to figure out how to put them together. Look at that. It's the Nintendo Switch logo. Is that ever cool? These were 3D printed. Look at this. Now I wonder, did it print like that, or I think it did. 3D printed hinge with micro hinges. Okay, I got 2 of them figured out. These 2, they just basically sit on a table like that. You put the switch in there, and look at that. The power cable comes right up and plugs in the bottom, so it props it up on a table so that it can be charging while you play. Brilliant. Thanks, Paul. This one still blows my mind that you can 3D print an object with articulated moving parts, and I don't think Paul snapped these in. I think he printed them in place. Maybe he did snap them. I don't know. That's pretty impressive though. It's like a little puzzle. I think I solved the 3rd one. This one's really cool because so the switch just sits in there. Power cable comes up in the middle. these arms support it. And then when you're done using it, this one folds up into pretty much a flat thing that can go in your Switch carrying case. Very cool. Thanks again, Paul. Appreciate it. Hello to Paul from Utah. Alright guys, it's lunchtime. Tammy's going to meet a friend for lunch. I have just left EB Games, where I got these beauties. When you go to EB Games, they usually throw in some of the extras that Nintendo puts in. So with each one of those, I got Super Mario socks, baby. Socks. Yes. And I found a little something something for the children. They're Mario Kart steering wheels. It's for the children. Alright, so I still got a full lunch hour. I'm gonna go wash the car, pull the stuff out of the Thule box, take the Thule box off, get myself something to eat, and then pop into the office to wrap up the afternoon. We have to pack up for the kids. Tammy's gonna take care of that, pack up for us, and then we're off to the convention in Edmonton this weekend, and then I've got meetings next week I'm gonna stay up for, so yeah. Alright, got my little helper, Tammy. We're gonna unload the snowboards out of the Thule box. We're going to put the helmets into the Thule box. The boots are all in the Thule box. And then we're going to hoist it off the car. Here goes. There we go, that's all it takes. And now it's tucked away in the garage until winter comes back.
Or we need it.
Hey Paul, this is what the stands look like. They look really good, thank you very much. Well guys, it's the end of the day. We're just getting packed up. Tammy had to go pick up some groceries with the kids. We're getting ready and we're gonna head for Edmonton. Something else came in the mail today. What came? Spinners. All right, so this is the Tesla versus Tesla run from Calgary to Edmonton. We've got one supercharger stop in the middle. We're gonna reset our, I might call mine grid. So I'm just gonna reset my trip meter called grid, and that's how we can track our utilization.
You want me to reset my trip meter?
All right, so Tammy's resetting her trip meter in Cora. Why is this so hard? Why is this so hard?
I didn't want to set my trip meter.
Okay, she reset her trip meter.
I did.
I'm gonna reset mine. We're gonna see how we do it.
Is this a race?
It's not a race. It's a competition.
For what? What's the point?
Who's gonna get the best utilization?
Oh,
and we're not using range mode. You can run heat or not, that's up to you, or cooling.
It's up to you to win or lose.
So it's who can get there with the best utilization?
We just want to see what we're gonna end up with.
Okay.
Why is this so hard, people of the grid?
So then shouldn't you guys...
Oh my gosh, getting like 6 people, actually getting me ready, I'm easy.
That's because he only gets himself ready.
Getting these 5 other people ready.
I'm good at getting ready,
this takes
we didn't have very much time.
Forever. Takes forever.
We're ready.
We're ready for a road trip.
Are we? Good.
Yeah. So, Sammy Pepper, you and Lissa have had a chance to play Mario?
Yep.
What do you guys think so far?
It's great.
Is it great?
Yep.
Is it fun?
100 thumbs up. Yeah.
You know what I love? I love that it has some of the tracks that are in the other like GameCube Mario Kart and SNES Mario Kart and Game Boy Mario Kart. It's got some retro tracks, but they've been updated so they look amazing. Great, great game. All right guys, 20 minutes into the drive, here's where we're at. All right, checkpoint number 2. Let's see where we're at. Good, 192 watt hours per kilometer. So
okay, so here we are 40 minutes into our drive.
All right, here's the next 20-minute checkpoint. Let's see where we're at. We're maintaining an average speed of about 115 kilometers an hour. I'll translate that here. All right, so we've driven 113 kilometers, used up 21, and we should be at the Red Deer Supercharger in about 40 minutes. So we'll do one more checkpoint, and then the last checkpoint will be at the Supercharger.
Alright, so we've reached the 1 hour point, and this is kind of what we're at. You'll notice that Mike's traveling at 115, and I'm following right behind him. And my calibration's a little bit different. I'm at 113. We're getting really good range.
Alright, last checkpoint before the Supercharger, and still doing really good on utilization. Check this out. So we've got 156 kilometers we've covered, 28.9 kilowatt hours used, for a total of 184. That is awesome. So if you want a lot of range, take the Thule box off. But it's not an issue. Like, even in the winter, the Thule box is just not an issue, because there's chargers everywhere.
All right, so here we are at 1 hour and 20 minutes in, and I'm at 194 watt hours per kilometer, so that's pretty good. You'll also notice I just went over 24,000 kilometers, which is pretty cool. Our next stop is going to be the Supercharger in Red Deer, and there he is.
All right, guys, we made it to Red Deer. It is 10 after 6. We made it with 180 watt hours per kilometer.
All right, so here we are at the charger, and I made it with 189 watt hours per kilometer. There's my partners in crime.
Hurry, the
What'd you say for N?
Naked Morad.
platypus. I helped him with that one. Perry the platypus.
A platypus? Huh?
Perry. Perry.
Q.
Quail.
I didn't run over it, hit my car. So, on the positive side, my car charges faster than Mike's. And on the negative side, that means I have to leave dinner to move it so I don't get charged idle fees. Because I have 10 minutes remaining, actually less than 10 minutes, and he still has a good, I think 25 or something like that. So I'm going to move Cora.
Ooh, it's bright out there. We had a great supper at Boston Pizza, supercharged almost to 100%. Tammy pretty much was at 100, I'm at about 95, and we're on our way now. We're just changing one parameter because we're going to be up in Edmonton. Tammy's coming back Sunday night. Want to make sure that she doesn't have to charge until she gets back here to the supercharger. So we've both switched over to range mode. Range mode for the second half of the trip is on. All right, first checkpoint outside of the Red Deer Supercharger. Here's where we're at. So we've traveled from Calgary, 208.5. Look at that.
All right, 20 minutes out of Red Deer in range mode.
Another 20 minutes, another checkpoint. Still doing really good on utilization.
Okay, we're at the 40-minute mark. There's my numbers.
Girls are playing Nintendo Switch. Melissa's watching a movie. here's where we're at with utilization. Sitting pretty good, still at 184.
I believe we're at the 1 hour mark of the second leg of this part of the trip.
All right, we made it to the hotel. Let's get our final checkpoint done. There we are, 182.
All right, so I made it to Edmonton, and that's what I ended up with.
182 watt hours per kilometer. Really, really nice. We were pushing a good speed, so that's pretty decent. Made it to the hotel. We're checked in. Everybody's in the room. I got to get up to the hospitality suite. I'm the bartender. I need to be there. So I got to get up and get things set up so that I can run the bar for a couple hours. Well, my bartending job is done. How did I do there, baby?
You are a generous bartender.
I am a generous bartender.
Yes.
So, you know what? Our drive up in the Model S and the Model X, it was great. They're within about 10 kilowatt hours of one another, yeah. So utilization's pretty decent.
I find something that's more interesting, and they would have seen it yesterday, was the fact that you run an 85. Well, I haven't pushed the button yet, so we're not going anywhere. We're
gonna die.
You run an 85D, and I'm running a 90D. And your car charges to what? 422?
423.
And mine charges to 411. So we're trying to figure that out. 6?
Yeah, we'll have to ask our ranger at
Friendly
Tesla.
neighborhood ranger? Yeah.
About that. But we got plenty of range, and there's chargers all along the way, so it's not like it's a big problem.
That's why you get the biggest battery you can afford.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. We're going to go see what our rock stars are doing back in the room.
They're playing Mario Kart.
I set up the Nintendo Switch for them. I jacked into, we're this way. I jacked into the hotel room TV, and so they're playing Mario Kart.
×4.
×4 on the hotel big screen TV.
Yeah.
Hey, rock stars, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Oh, is Ethan free?
You guys partying?
Yep.
How is it?
Yeah.
It's running off of one of these. So when it's not on the TV, you pick it up and you can play that game anywhere. That is the coolest thing about the Nintendo Switch. All right, good night for sure. Catch up with you guys tomorrow. Miker, out.